good to be alive. Good to be alive. Yeah, it's good to be alive. And we all want to see you thrive. Hang on for the ride. This is Paul Vibes, bringing you a spiritual flow and information that can remedy the soul. A man for the people, message in a bottle, but he threw it in a podcast. Now it's full throttle. Life is never hollow, but if you ever feel twisted or need to be lifted, yo, my man is gifted.
Hello everybody, Paul Vibes here. Welcome to a special episode of the People's Podcast. I'm here with Eritza, I'm here with Stanley, and we are getting some IVs.
Yeah.
Are you feeling it yet or what?
Yeah.
Yes, I feel the anemia floating away.
The good
I'm
vibes.
getting the iron drip first.
Iron drip.
Yeah, I'm getting the revive, rejuvenate.
And I'm getting the Mega Plus.
I got the Nirvana vibes going on.
Nirvana vibes. They should put the word
That's a
vibes at the
really-
end of every...
Yeah.
That's a really good drip. You guys come here for the first time, the Nirvana is...
Sounds
It's the way to be.
Yeah.
Just the way you say it, Nirvana.
Yeah.
It's just relaxing, you know? You know, we were talking about before, like, we live busy lives and we do a lot of different things, and the importance of just, like, slowing down and doing things that allow us to, you know, have some time for self-care.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we forget that in today's world, you know? We're always running around doing, we all, you know, kids, and it's craziness. I don't know if can you share with us, like, for you, with, you know, what you do, your music and your lifestyle, why it's important to have, like, these moments in your day?
Well, I, as a singer-songwriter, I come home at sometimes 5 a.m. Yeah, I have, like, really late night sessions. Come home dehydrated, tired, exhausted. I wake up really early. I'm a mom, a very busy mom. I gotta take, you know, Marley to school in the morning. And there's a lot of sleep deprivation.
I can imagine.
And I try to stay up on my water, but this is like such a good way to kind of make up for the lack, you know, for that lack of in this like really busy lifestyle, you know.
Absolutely.
I'm also anemic, so these iron drips save my life.
Yeah.
Like, they're really, really good, and it's a way to get it directly into your bloodstream, into your system, without all the effects that pills give. Like, I love this.
Yeah.
Just plug up, give me what I need.
Yeah, direct.
Go about my day. Direct.
Straight into the system. I agree. And you know what's helped me a lot too is just add, like, yes, it's helped people, you know, with different things that you're dealing with, but even just simple, like, seasonal depression, like, you know, we're not getting enough sunlight.
There's a
We're
lot of that
not,
right now.
and you feel lethargic. I don't know about you guys, but I feel that way during this time.
I'll take that. Thank you.
Those are
Coconut
good.
water?
I would love
Sure.
Some cocoa water.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Fresh from the source. We just cracked the coconuts
Yes.
back here.
Cheers.
You know, but real quick, we just got to give a shout out to the IV bar. You know, you got the one location in Northport that we're in right now. There's a location in Huntington. They got locations all over.
All over.
They got a few of them opening up. And before I forget, I want to throw out there before we continue that if anybody calls during this podcast, or I'm sure they'll work with you, if you call and make an appointment, they're giving anybody 15% off.
Oh, that's
A
dope.
drip of their choice. So normally they do, like, promotions like drip of the week, 50% off, but they're giving anybody. So if you call today and you make an appointment, even if it's for another day, but if you call and make an appointment today, you get 50% off any drip, which I think is super generous.
Absolutely.
You know, and they're supporting us, they're supporting the podcast, and they're good people.
Very
Yeah.
good people.
A lot of people are deficient in a lot of minerals, vitamins, a lot of things nowadays because we're simply not being taught to first make our health a priority, and all these jobs that we're having, especially since we're quarantined, I know, right? We're extremely stationary, and our bodies, the whole reason why we have our bodies is to move around, and people aren't moving around enough.
Wait, you're telling me we're not made to sit crunched over by a computer for 12 hours a day?
We might as well be statues.
What the heck?
She's gonna kill me. 'Cause I keep-
So, well, I want to ask you the same question I asked her. What, you know, for the life that you live, and we're going to talk about both your journeys and, like, how awesome it is in your stories, but how important is for you, someone that's into fitness and bettering yourself and holistic health, you know, how important is it for you to, like, find these moments in your day with everything you have going on?
It's extremely important. I have this impulse of having, see, the thing, health to me I know it has its own definition, but to me, it's having a relationship with my body. As a singer, you need a relationship with your voice.
And that is your body.
Well, your whole body. Yes, I'm sorry, but if something feels off with my body, then I have to attend to it. I have to make sure it's right. I'm doing the right thing, and that is the foundation to it. And I just love being active. So when I see somebody doing handstands, I want to do that. I see somebody doing flips, I want to do that. And you can't do these things if you're not taking care of your body. So
yes,
that's paramount to me. So yeah.
That's the way to be. And what I love about this is we have each one of us. We have a lot of similarities in our story, but you guys have your own unique journey and story and like hobbies and career paths. And I think that's what's really cool is it's kind of like a puzzle, right?
Yeah.
Because you can have one person. I'm sure we have those people that eat really good, but they don't work out, or they work out, but they don't eat good, or they do those two things, but then they don't keep good people around them. Like we were talking about before, your vibe attracts your tribe, and everything plays a role in your life. The music you listen to, the company that you keep around, the things that we put into our bodies, the things that we learn about, it all is adding to that vessel, that body.
Yeah, it's like not perfect. Nothing's perfect except but it's the perfect balance that we have to keep with ourselves. And
that's like my main goal in life, balance.
Yeah, balance has to be. It has to be.
Yeah.
A lot of people are masters at one thing,
So
and that's okay. But if you don't have that outlet to be able to channel that energy, then you're lost. So you want to make sure that you have equal footing on a lot of things, especially when it comes to your own interests and society's necessities.
100%. You know what? I think we all can agree that 2021, and tell me what you guys think about this, but this is a big year for collaboration over competition and putting our differences aside. Like we have to, if we as humans, I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but if we as humans are going to make it on this planet, right? And continue to live on this planet, we need to make changes. We need to be able to work together despite differences, despite the past. And I think that's going to be the theme for this year. For me, at least I feel that theme.
I think that for example, America is moving in a new direction now since we have a new leader. So I feel like that is the theme for everybody, regardless if you think so or not. Just coming together, because we've already been isolated, divided, separated, and everything because of quarantine and the pandemic. So now you have nowhere else to go except coming together. So
And speaking of coming together and bringing people together, music is like one of the best ways to connect people. And I was listening to some of your videos. What's funny is it's crazy how I was listening to one of your videos recently. You were just talking about rock, paper, scissors, and shoot. And you were singing that, but you were making it to like some epic experience. I was like, damn, I was like, she could sing anything and make it like.
I wrote that song for Melanie Fiona some years back, and that's inspiration comes from everywhere.
Yeah.
That's a kid's,
kids like little
game,
talk,
and you can find inspiration anywhere. But back to what you were saying about like collaborating and coming together to make things happen. Like that's one of my favorite ways to actually create music. It's just to get in the studio with my friends, and you can do so much more that way. And again, not to keep bringing up your name, you have such a good name, Paul Vibes.
Is that my name?
But when you bring all those good vibes together, it's reborn in the music every time you play it.
Yeah, but it's a vibe. But and you in the studio, right? It's not just you; it's the people. It's the people helping.
Absolutely.
And when I do the podcast, I'm not, even though I'm setting it up, I can't do it without the guests. They're just as important, if more important than me. I'm just bringing people together, and I bring a lot more interesting people than myself there. I'm like not very interesting compared to these guests and you guys, and like we all have a role to play, right? Yeah. And I feel like I'm very grateful because I've realized what my role is with the podcast, bringing cool people like yourself together just to see what happens. Like we're not scripted, right? You're not reading from a script. There's no words appearing on the back here, right? Or is there?
No, just
no. But that's the point, is we're just being genuine, we're just being ourselves. And I think it's important too, being vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I think that we need more of that. In social media and stuff we see, and I think we all can agree, we've all done this, where we like to put out a certain persona, right? But the truth is we all go through shit, you know, we all go through stuff. I don't mean to curse, but you know, it's true. Like, we all go through stuff, and I think it's important for people to see that side to us, because people are gonna be able to relate to, hey, I've dealt with what you're going through. I can understand your story, and that's so powerful.
That's true, man. Like, I have a bunch of cool posts on my Instagram. If you're not following me already, definitely check me out.
Follow both these people. I'm gonna tag them both.
Yes, Black Panther of God. I have a lot of cool stunts that I do in there, but what people don't see is that there's a lot of failure behind the success. Even though I do learn quickly some things that may seem to come easy to me, I'm, working at it for 30 minutes before I post it, People don't see that, and, as far as vulnerability, I'm one of those people, I don't like to be vulnerable, especially on social media, but you can't look at somebody's social media and think that, oh, this person has it down packed,
Where what you see is that's their life, that's everything.
Right, exactly.
There's nothing else going on behind the scenes. Just put that's perfect. That's their life.
Yeah, we're so much deeper than the few posts on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can all agree with that. So that's especially why you can't really make judgments off of somebody's profile. You only see what they put out there. And vulnerability being that something that we have to work on. We can't use Instagram as something to be vulnerable with. Because it's used. We use it for what it's supposed to be used for, the best side of us. But we all have our friends, people who are close to us that we can be vulnerable with. But if we're all separating from each other, then that just minimizes the opportunity for us to be vulnerable with each other.
Exactly, man. I agree, and I think that, and I mentioned to you guys, like, coming on here, we're gonna be vulnerable. We're gonna get deep. We're in a vulnerable position. We really got like IVs going into us right now. But we're talking about a lot of good stuff. But I really want the people that are watching this, either now or when it gets posted later on, to hear about your guys' story. And I already told the two of them that I want to get them in my studio where it allows me to have a higher quality setup because I'm in my domain. It's like being in your studio, It's like your gym. So we're gonna have them. We're gonna do a more in depth in my studio when the time is right, when we work with our schedules. But I wanna ask both of you, like, what are some of the big things that led you to find your passion? So with you, for example, with the music, I'm fascinated by your story, and I don't know what you feel like sharing about it.
I think that, like, somebody asked me in another interview, they asked me, did the game choose you or did you choose the game?
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good question.
And my answer was, the game chose, not the game, but the actual talent, the actual need to do music. I was born that way. Since I was 5, I knew I was one of those people that are born, and I'm like, oh, I came out, I'm like, I'm gonna do music.
Really?
For the
You're
rest of
singing
my
out
life.
of the room, right?
That's just what I'm gonna do, and because I saw Michael and Whitney on TV, and I was just like, wherever I can go, whatever I can do to get close to these people or do what they do. Or when I was little, it's just all I wanted to do, singing into every hairbrush, and I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to go to kindergarten. I used to tell my mom, I used to cry. I don't want to go to school like my brothers and sisters. I want to do music. I don't need school. Yeah, I do. You need to know how to count your money. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah. A lot of artists get taken advantage.
And read your contract. So
yeah.
But I just knew from the gate what I was going to do with the rest of my life, and there's been stops in my career where I said, to hell with this game. I can't do this. The music industry is a tough business, and the people in it will make you want to quit sometimes. I've been published for 20 years.
Wow. So
in those 20 years, I think I've wanted to quit at least 5. At least 5 times. But everything that I've done, every time I get to a certain plateau, you can't come down. Like, it's like climbing a very narrow, steep ladder and then wanting to quit and looking down and saying, how the hell am I going to climb back down from I made it all the way here? The only way is to keep going. The only way is to keep going. So every time I get to another plateau on those steps, I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I don't want. You just look down and you're like, there's no way. You gotta just keep going, keep going, keep going.
That's true.
You know, and my love and my passion for this, you know, is it's of course it's 90% of that, but that 10% that you're always like, maybe I can, you know, but you just.
But you have these gifts and you have this passion that to withhold that, it's almost, you can look at it like this way, right? Your passion for fitness and nutrition and all that. It's like withholding that from the world is selfish.
Also,
you owe it to us. You owe it to everybody, that your fans, and that can keep you going too, because you know that you have this burning desire and gift inside you, and you want to be able to like.
When you
share
hear
it.
somebody say, "Oh, you know, we used that song for our wedding," or "This song is like my favorite song at the cookout," or you know, it's like, "Oh, this is why I do what I do." You know, this is like the best part of doing what I do. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Music reaches all parts of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very special.
What do you like work out to? What do you like?
Good question.
Yeah, I mean, it's it varies, you know. What really got me into fitness was the motivation, you know, videos, the self talks, you know.
Do you listen to like that while you're working out?
Yeah, cause you know sometimes you need that voice, and all you got in your head is, you gotta stop right now. But when you have that motivation video, you know, talking about how you're blessed and unstoppable, like, you know, Billy Ellsworth.
Well, what's like one song that gets you pumped that you're like, I'm going
is there a song?
crazy right now?
There is a song. It's by 50 Cent actually. It's you know, don't push me. You know. So I'm going to be ahead, but don't push me. You know? It's just like, you know, I'm that guy. Like, you don't want to push me, but you do want to push me, because being pushed is what helps me reveal to both of us what my true potential is.
You're the best version of yourself. You know?
Yeah.
What about you? What's a song that gets you like pumped to work out to?
Good Vibrations by the Beast. Good Vibrations. You know what I've been really into, guys? I like fun, vibing music. Glass Animals. My friends watch.
I don't know the Glass Animals.
They're fun. They're kind of trippy, psychedelic, but they're like cool.
Okay.
They're fun. I like the positive. But for working out, I like some rock, alternative rock.
Okay.
Sometimes heavier stuff. Some like kind of electronic music. Sometimes.
Okay.
Depends on the mood.
I've done it to Linkin Park before too.
Linkin
Working out to Linkin Park is.
In the end, it doesn't.
It doesn't even matter.
But yeah,
we're kind of butchering it right now, but y'all know what we're talking about.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I am. Eritza, Eritza, you want to hear the beautiful voice of yours?
You gonna sing a Linkin Park song? No kidding.
I don't know a Linkin Park song.
Pretty good.
I know Linkin Park, but I can't sing you a Linkin Park song right now.
I hear
What's a Linkin Park song?
I
can't think of one right now.
A good one is In the End. That's what really got me into Linkin Park. And then when they did a collab with Jay-Z.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was just like,
gospel?
Yeah.
They're gospel, right?
No, they're not gospel. I thought you were saying if you
Not
wanted to do
Linkin Park?
gospel. I mean, you can do some gospel.
No, isn't that the band that was like gospel? Or
Nah,
they more
I
like
think they're probably the furthest thing, but from gospel.
Yeah. No,
definitely
not gospel.
I'm supposed to know this.
But let's get into. Do you have anything you want to share more about your singing journey? Like if people want to reach out to you, what are some of the services you do as a singer? Are you writing music now? Like, do you do events? Like, what do you got going on in regards to music?
I do vocal coaching, which I've been doing a lot of that lately.
Virtually, that's.
Yeah, you want to do some sessions?
I don't know, maybe.
You want to do an album?
I got a lot going on. I don't know.
Yeah, and you know, of course, songwriting. I do vocal production, artist development,
That's
nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you've gone that far, you definitely know the proper channels to, you know, help people develop themselves.
Yeah, I develop writers too.
So if anybody here needs writing, you know, singing coaching, but it sounds like you also just help kind of, from what I just heard, it kind of, if someone wants to be in this industry, it sounds like you're good at directing them in different aspects. And they need positive mentors and coaches and people that have been there, done that, and that they can trust. Because as we were talking about,
it's
contract, people get ripped off all in today's world. There's people are always being taken advantage of, and especially young people that don't have much experience. They're naive. They don't have much money, and they're putting their trust into these people to find out that they're being taken advantage of. So it's important to have
Yeah.
good people.
Yeah.
You shouldn't ever have to pay for an opportunity in this business. A lot of people get ripped off that way. If you find a producer that wants to work with you and you're at the same level, you know, you shouldn't have to pay to get put on. Your talent should put you on.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's different than a person providing a service for you. But if you're gonna benefit off of each other, you shouldn't be paying anybody to put you on. I hear a lot of people that come to me after they've spent thousands of dollars on somebody and it didn't end up anywhere. You know, you have to know who you're really working with.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's
I feel
important.
really bad because people get taken advantage of, you know, their dreams, you know. People take advantage of dreamers.
And they get burnt, and they get discouraged. They
Yeah.
don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
So, well, we're gonna be tagging your information, and like I said, we're gonna be having you in my studio to go into more depth
Everything
about
is on EritzaWroteThat.com. All of my social media. My website.
EritzaWroteThat.com.
All my socials are Eritza Wrote That, and you can find out everything about me on EritzaWroteThat.com.
That's a dope handle to have. Like, Eritza wrote that.
You know why that's my handle? Because I kept hearing it. Because I'm not a very, I'm not a big, I don't promote myself a lot, but I would always be in a room and a song of mine would be playing and people would go, Eritza wrote that. Did you know Eritza wrote that? Eritza wrote that? Yeah, Eritza wrote that. So
share with us some of these songs that you've wrote that people might know.
Yeah.
I wrote Heaven Can Wait for Michael Jackson.
Which one?
Heaven Can Wait
Wow.
for Michael Jackson.
You've met him a few times?
I did not, a few times, no. I did not meet Michael Jackson, no.
You could have opened the podcast with that. Michael Jackson is my guy. Yeah.
Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Charlie Wilson. I even worked with Gloria Gaynor, Chris Brown. There's so, I mean, it's 20 years of
What has been your
so
favorite
many.
experience writing a
Melanie
song for
Fiona,
someone?
which she just posted a song today that I wrote for her. Just so many.
What's your favorite experience working with an artist and writing a song for them? Like, what is like a song that like gets you the most excited thinking about or happy?
I think it has to be Heaven Can Wait for Michael Jackson. I meet a lot of people and they tell me that's my favorite song. And
I have a question. The songwriting process, when you work with artists, how does that go? Do they give you a theme or they give you an idea of kind of what they want, or they just say, hey, do you have any ideas? Like, how does that usually work?
You have to, like, if I was to write a song for you, it would have to be like good vibes, good like
Positive vibe, yeah.
you know, your
Bringing
whole,
people together.
you said you like rock, you know, so it would be in that vein. I can't write like an R&B smooth crooner song for you. You're like, that's not my thing. You know?
I do a theme song for the podcast.
I
Maybe
can.
maybe we can create like a 30
Let's do
second
it.
like thing and promote you. It would be a short thing,
That'd be dope.
something small that I could put behind post. That'd be cool and
Yeah,
promote.
you can do that. You can have like we can get together and do like
We'll
a
make
thing.
something happen.
Yeah.
How
So
does it work?
you know, you just gotta. You know, I like to have the artist in the studio with me, and just have like a conversation. Then they'll tell me a story about, yeah, I'm going through it in my relationship, or you know, my family this, and you know, and they'll just say the title of the song, or it'll just come up. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is what the song is about, and then we just write, and that's the best way to write a song for
Because you feel their
somebody.
vibe, you know. You feel
Yeah,
like
it's they're telling you their story, you know.
it's amazing.
That's
So
impressive.
yeah, what they've been through, their hardships, what makes them happy, what you know. So it's the best way to really get to know artists and to write a song for them. And then when they're singing it, they're singing their own story, you know. So
I like that.
Wow.
it's easy for them to put the emotion in the record, which is the most important thing.
Because it gotta feel genuine. It's gotta feel like it's coming,
Exactly.
even though it may not they put input into it.
Yeah,
It's gotta seem like it's their song.
absolutely.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody looks for that now, and everything that you do is like genuine, you know.
Because
Yeah.
so
Really
many people
genuine.
are fake out there.
So much, like I think social media has created like
We were talking about
the
that.
genuine police. Like,
Yeah.
is that really real? Is that really fake? Is this that? Are they really that? You know.
Yeah, that's really prevalent in like the hip hop culture too. Like, you really about that life or you
Yeah.
not?
You're just talking.
Yeah, like, sheesh.
Well, speaking about your life, tell us about your life, man. How do you put into words your? I feel like your journey. You got so much cool stuff going on. You've been through a lot, and I love how you promote yourself on social media and you brand yourself. It's super cool.
Thank you.
But
I appreciate it.
I don't even know where to start, man. I feel like you got a lot of cool stuff going on.
Well, one message that I want to give to everybody here, especially if you want to take your health far, your fitness far, nutrition, whatever it is, I'm very eccentric, and fitness has its own mainstream model. It's very shallow in a sense because, always talking about protein, macros, but what IV bars is about is getting your micros, making sure you get your iron, your B12, whatever you need, vitamin D. Especially nowadays, since we're so disconnected from nature.
Yes.
If we're disconnected from nature, we're disconnected from our ancestors, because it's the same nature that our ancestors brought us here. This is the conglomerate of generations that have the technology, period. They didn't have cars, phones, watches, television, computers, laptops, you know what I'm saying? So minimize all of these things, because that is what's bringing us further away from nature, and that's where all these diseases are coming from. Even the foods,
Yes.
What did my ancestors eat? Because we're all different. My ancestors ate something different than what yours ate, regardless of all this.
I try. That's so interesting that you're saying that, because I try to see the difference. Like right now, I told you I'm doing keto.
Yeah.
And when I do keto, I feel like my vibration is on the higher level. Like I feel, and when I eat heavy on carbs, I swear I wake up the next day like I have a hangover. Like my joints hurt. I feel slow.
Most of those carbs are fermenting.
My stomach swells out to here. Like I feel really sick.
Yeah.
As soon as I cut that out, I feel like so energized. Like I need less food. Like everything just starts. My mind gets less foggy. Like the brain fog from food. Like all that clears up. Yeah. So maybe like the fact that you said like you should eat with your lineage. How you're.
Or even your geography.
Wow.
And I'm not no doctor, guys, so don't be
You're
like,
not?
Stanley
no,
said
but
this.
I've read what you're saying before.
Yeah. Food is its own consciousness.
It has to do with blood type.
It has, yes.
They have diets
blood
for blood type.
Yes.
Well, let's think about this, right? If you're living in a certain part of the planet where certain fruits or vegetables are native, right? They're grown, they're fresh. Most likely they're not going to need a ton of pesticides and not going to be as modified as maybe other areas that don't typically grow them, right? So it makes sense about eating what's local, right?
Yeah.
You see some people in the islands, they're cutting out coconuts all the time because that's coming from the trees.
Yeah.
If we get that, it's imported, it's not.
It has like natural sunblock, right?
I haven't heard of that, but it sounds like it could.
It sounds like it'd be true.
Yeah, I mean that's
Think
also
about it.
Yeah, that's also what has to do with like the locality of your food. Like if coconuts grow in tropical areas, so if it has natural sunblock, then in a tropical area you're getting too much sun.
But I have heard that like if your people came from like the sea, where there's fish and fresh vegetables and all they did was eat that. If you came from like where wheat grows a lot, you're eating more, bread and more, that's what you guys ate. And on the farm, cows, you ate more meat, you ate more red meat, you ate more, So I think it has a lot. I think that has a lot of value.
Yeah.
That statement. It makes total sense to me.
I mean, if we're disconnected from nature, we are disconnected from the value of our soil and our lineage. And so if anybody here can get metaphysical with it, the exact coordinates of from the sun to where the light is reaching on the earth is like a diagnosis for that area to get the nutrition that they need. Like the coconut being in the tropical area, and each of one of these species that are native to that area are getting the exact nutrition that they need
because of where they are. Interesting.
Yeah. So if we're getting coconuts delivered to New York where we don't get enough sun, and you're blocking out sunlight, from your nutrition, may explain why we have vitamin D deficiencies.
Yeah, everybody on the East Coast is vitamin deficient. On the West Coast, they're fine because they're and in the tropics, of course.
Yeah, it could be the case.
And that's why, just to say, like, I don't know about you guys, but when I get these IVs, I feel like naturally high. Like, I feel like a good feeling, and I feel like I'm getting those vitamins that I've been lacking in.
Right.
And especially during this time. Like, for me, I deal with bad seasonal depression.
Yeah, I think a lot of us do because we're mostly deficient. But that being said, with like the mainstream fitness industry as well, you have all these supplements, pre-workouts, proteins.
A lot.
Yeah, like.
What's your thoughts on all that?
So many.
I personally don't take them, and people will be like, "What protein you taking? What creatine? What pre-workout?" And if you're sufficient, hey, get this. If your ancestors had to fight off predators all the time, and they were sufficient for their nutrition, they have plenty of energy, and you have more energy when you're fasting, or if you're in keto.
I'm telling you, I feel great right now. Third week, I'm like.
So what hours are you in fasting between?
I haven't started intermittent fasting. When I go like into maybe like next week I'll start.
Yeah.
But because I'm getting not really hungry in between, I kind of go a long time without eating now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
think I'll go
keto.
at least 5.
Keto
Because it
helps
just
with that.
naturally happens,
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I always do, like subconsciously, because I'm so immature when it comes, like not immature, but I'm like childish. I race the IVs, like whose IVs going?
I thought I was the only one, to be honest. I was like,
I'm like, they're beating me.
Wait, I just want to remind people who are just tuning in, if you guys reach out to any of the IB bars, the Northport location, Huntington location, and you tell them that you watched our podcast, you get a 15% off any IV you pick. Typically, like we said, they only do it like IV of the week. You get like a discount of IV of the month. But they're being very generous, as always, and they're giving it to you if you just mention them. So you can book the appointment for another, it doesn't have to be today, but if you book it today and you set it up for another day, 15% off. So that's good, man. We got to save money these days anywhere you can,
I know, it's so tough out there. So crazy.
It is. So I want to know more about your background in fitness and your background and how you've kind of, created the kind of brand and things that you're doing now.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it's got to do with ancestry. When a people, are taken from their native heritage, you kind of have to go back and look for it and kind of, grow off of it. So a lot of the main reason why I'm holistic and natural is because, being, don't like to say black, but, African American, part of our heritage is being natural. We use certain silk from this animal, we eat, that animal, stuff like that. And I wanted to get closer to that heritage. And when it comes to fitness, we had trees to climb, we had predators to run from, and to make sure we're stronger then. So
I mean, you would starve if you did.
Yeah, we didn't have
Plants.
gyms back then.
No.
And it's funny too because people are like, the gym is your playground, or what gym you go to and stuff. I'm just like, we got trees. That's why.
Because always you check him out on social media, he's like bad ads at a tree. He's got like this cool like ninja outfit on, and it's like real life superhero, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you do training?
Yes, and don't get me wrong, I do go to the gym. It's very helpful.
Do you train others?
No, I sort of. I'm not a personal trainer. I am taking the classes to become one, but I found out that along the way that meditation is more of my passion.
Yeah. Talk about that,
Yeah, and if anybody that is listening wants to take up meditation, I can tell you that the number one excuse I get that you probably hear or probably use yourself is I'm bad at meditating. And
that's just a sign that you need it even more.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the proverb behind it, is that once you meditate, regardless of where...
What's like a simple... Because I've always wanted to implement that.
Yeah.
Because I do need to catch up on rest all the time, right?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to implement that in my daily routine. What's like a meditation for dummies?
Yeah.
The thing that I could do
now.
that I could do like now, right now, or like tomorrow, or like This is what you.
Anytime.
This is where you
Do you
start.
want
What
to
do
lead
I
us into
do?
one? You want to
Yeah,
lead us
we
into
can
one?
do one.
We'll do it
What
right
do I
now. And
do?
people at home can join us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, we're gonna do box breathing.
Box
Box
breathing.
breathing. This helps. Navy SEALs use it. So, if a Navy SEAL uses it, it has to, have some
Yeah.
putting in the proof.
I heard they can hold their breath underwater for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but that's just discipline and persistence.
Wow.
We're not gonna hold our breaths for 10
That's
minutes.
not
Don't try that.
Eritza, wake up.
You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that here.
Yeah.
Don't hold your breath for 10 minutes.
What we're gonna do though is factually proven in lowering your blood pressure. Resting
Okay.
your
Nice.
your body. Lowering your heart rate and stuff like that, and calming the mind. So we're gonna inhale for 4 seconds. We're gonna hold it for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds. And we're gonna do that for 4
Alright.
rounds.
Practicing. I was warming up. All
Okay.
right, we'll do it
So
together.
you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm
ready?
ready.
All right, 3, 2.
Close our eyes or not?
Oh, you can. It helps to close your eyes. It definitely does
Okay,
because
sounds
the stimuli actually activates the brain more, and you want to relax
So 4 seconds in, 4 second hold, and 4 second out. All through your mouth?
through your nose.
Through
That's
your
another
nose.
important thing. All breathing should be done through your nose. Your nasal passages are wired, and the nose, other than smelling, is made to filter the air that you're getting. It releases nitric oxide, which dilates the blood vessels. You absorb a lot more oxygen. We function best off of oxygen, so whenever you breathe as much through your nose. Sometimes
Okay.
you maybe have to breathe through your mouth, but yes.
Best way
So,
through your nose. Okay.
best through your nose.
Alright, so through your nose, guys.
I won't do the breathing with you guys. I'm an instructor. I'll do enough breathing as is throughout the day. All right?
You have to,
Okay.
yeah.
Here we go, Paul. Let's-
Alright, you tell us when to
All
start.
right. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're good.
I feel so still right now.
Yes. So
Wow.
the foundation to meditation is actually your breathing. So if your breathing is right, your mind is right. And that's the most fundamental thing to meditation. People try to meditate and be still without centering their breathing, and that's like driving a car.
Paul is like,
Alright, come on. Good night, everybody. Nice seeing you.
No, I
Happy, I'm
swear,
probably
but you know
sleeping.
what? I've done the breathing, but something about holding it, I feel like, all right, I'll see you guys later. I really feel like going to sleep too. That was crazy.
Yeah, and there's another
Like it
breathing
really
method.
centers you.
Yeah, you could use that on the
Box
sleep,
breathing.
but
Box breathing, y'all.
And I
Yes,
think
box
that
breathing.
Yeah.
getting the IV, doing it at the same time,
Yeah.
definitely
Oh my
adds-
god.
I didn't even think
Yeah,
about
because
that.
IVs make you sleepy.
yeah,
But not
Afterwards.
this. It like recharge. It's
No,
sleep-
it makes you sleepy and then
relax.
relax,
Yeah.
and then you have all this energy.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I agree with you. It's like a relaxed feeling because you're.
Tired and sleepy are two different things.
You're right.
True. Yes. Well, we are rejuvenating when we
Yeah.
sleep. Sleeping is recharging.
Yeah.
It's you can be active and then you can be restful. It's a yin and yang. But what a lot of people don't know, which I just seen a post on Instagram earlier, is that sleeping is what helps us grow, muscle growth, get more energy.
That's how you lose and gain weight.
Yeah.
When you sleep.
Exactly. So, all those, and that's something that I always had a problem with the motivational videos, is that I don't never sleep. I'm always up. I'm always working, and you're doing more damage than good. So yeah, make sure you're getting in your sleep. Don't overdo it neither.
Yeah, this is
there's a
the thing.
balance.
You got to help others. You have to help yourself, and you need to be able to fill up your cup. And if you're not doing things like this, if you're not resting, if you're not eating healthy, if you're not doing what you've done, you can't give to others as you could, as compared to when you are taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
That's really important, and that's why I love coming here. We're doing it. We got another one next week. I think we got a lieutenant in New York City. A lieutenant coming by, and yeah, I mean, it's been such a surreal experience doing these podcasts in the IV bar, and you guys know, you guys love connecting with people. It's such a good experience, just like sitting, getting to know you guys, and just seeing where the conversation goes.
Yeah.
You know, we need more of this in the world. We need more people from different walks of life, from different wherever, just different people coming together to have conversations.
Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes you have to plan it, because when would I bump into a Paul Vibes or a Black Panther?
That's true, you got two cool guys. I'm very lucky to be with you. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You know what, as we wrap up a little bit, I just want to give both of you and also share something. Share with people that are maybe young, especially young people that are dealing with the challenges of today's world, COVID and direction. They feel lost. They see the divide going on in the world. We're not getting too political, but just share your advice to someone in your industry. So let's say someone that wants to get into the music scene and they're discouraged, and their parents want them to go to follow the lineage and to go to school to be a doctor or do this, but they have a passion for music.
100%. If your main goal in life is happiness, follow your passion. If it's money, go do something else. Like in terms of music, just go do something else. The money will come in time, but you have to grind so hard. You have to get up every day, figure it out every day. It's like becoming your own business owner. You have to really think about this as your business, as your career. You have to get up and be responsible. You gotta pay taxes.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Put your songwriter on your tax return.
Everybody would be a singer if you didn't have to
You
pay
have
taxes.
to, you know what I mean? You gotta structure your hours. You gotta think about your time. But set a goal and really be real with yourself where you're at. But be passionate. Stay creative as much as you can. If you're born with this, automatically you're much happier when you're doing what you were born to do. So just stay passionate, please. Stay creative. Always.
100%.
If this is what you really, really want to do. And now, like the next generation, like my daughter's generation. My daughter's 5 now. They're gonna do what they want to do. Now they're recreating the entire world for her generation. Like the whole wheel, like the wheels will probably be shaped different. And by the time
There won't be flying cars. There won't be any wheels.
They are the new inventors of you know.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, like when we watched the Jetsons and there was things flying, we're like, wow, we're in the future, but they're gonna live that life. Like Marley's car is gonna fly.
Yeah.
You know, she's gonna be flying to college every day in a little, you know what I mean, in her car. And your son is 3, right?
Turned 4.
Turned 4. They're gonna be flying to school every day.
That's crazy. I mean,
know
I don't know. We'll see. But they also thought that was gonna happen for a while.
They're gonna be totally
whatever it is. It's gonna be advancements.
Hovering to school every day, or their bus is gonna be hovering. Like, just you got, and then you got to stay up in with the times. The future is creating, inventing, innovation. You know, so stay creative. Think about it. Like, you don't want to punch in every day somewhere. You don't want to, you know, if you're starting and you have the opportunity to be that young, and have a choice. Think about your passion. Yeah. Don't let anybody tell you this is better, that's better. Think about what's better for you, and follow that. You won't regret it.
I like that. That's good. I should take her on my talks at school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but you know that's what everyone's got. I think each one of you have a cool story and that can inspire people in the in schools especially. So But what would you share? You know, people that are especially young adults that are that want to take care of their health, their fitness, and they want to learn about their past, like you've talked about. Like, what is something else you want to instill in?
Well, since the future is going to be very technological,
it already is.
It already is here.
Now. Oh yeah, but hopefully it's technological advancements for the benefit of humanity. You know, you don't want to. I would say stay as close to nature as possible. I don't know if they still watch SpongeBob, but there is an episode of SpongeBob where Squidward and SpongeBob, I believe, they travel to the future and everything is like chrome. And then that one thing that's like, I think it was like this one, it was like the seed plant, and then they treated it like something divine because they waited till it was too late to realize how important nature is. Grounding, simple things like walking, things that our ancestors did. Walking and running for miles per day, but you were not trying to be exactly like them because we don't have tigers and stuff to worry about. But our bodies were evolved doing these things, and the reason why I say nature is because nature is synonymous with health.
Walking is important. It's like
exactly.
walking, ew, what's that?
Exactly.
Nowadays,
people, y'all gonna be flying to school, but you better get your legs working. We need to stay in touch with nature. Walking barefoot, especially.
Grounding,
not just walking,
really?
but walking barefoot. Yes, grounding makes sure grounding is like recharging for your body.
Is that what it's called? Like just grounding?
You just
grounding.
walk barefoot either in the beach or grass.
Yeah, as long as it's some kind of soil.
It does really feel good to just walk barefoot in like nice grass.
Yes.
It's like
not concrete or anything like
that.
that.
That'll mess your back up. Yeah.
Yeah, dirt, grass, sand, because it's recharging you. It's making sure your organs are working properly and efficiently. If we're walking around wearing shoes all the time, we're walking around insulated all the time.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's if you have a ball, if you have a pit of rubber balls, no electricity is flowing through it. We're electrical beings. If you have a pit of metal, magnets, copper, electricity is running through it. So as an electrical being, you want to have as much electricity running through as possible. So when we're wearing shoes, we're actually walking around insulated.
Well, listen, speaking of trees, we're going to be filming a segment on the tree. We should literally go film. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not going to join you.
You can sing from underneath. You'll sing from the ground floor. Sing up to us. But we will be in a tree with the GoPro filming a little segment on the podcast just in our our
we'll do some tree talks.
Yeah, tree talks. That could be our segment.
Tree
talks.
You can somehow fly me up there. I'll sit, but climbing a tree, I don't look at my nails.
You have to wait 10 years or you get them flying cars in there, but we won't forget about
you. A ladder? I'll climb up a ladder.
Oh yeah, we got ladders. Yeah.
But I used to climb trees as a kid. I remember climbing.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Keep that inner child.
Yeah.
And all the children out there.
That's the most important.
Yes, yeah.
Is keeping your inner child.
Yes, we need that.
Alive.
And when I have you guys back on, maybe I'll try to schedule it the same day in the studio.
Yeah.
We should talk about that inner child.
Yeah.
But before we wrap it up, I just want to give you both an option again to share your Instagram handle in case people just want to search you up real quick. Can you give yours again?
Yeah, EritzaWroteThat.com, ERITZA. On Instagram, Facebook, everything is Eritza Wrote That.
Yeah, and I'm a Black Panther of God on Instagram. I'm working on starting a YouTube, and it's
do it, man.
Thank you. Evo the Sage on that one.
And we're gonna have them both on again to go into more depth. This is kind of in the community stuff. IB Bar again. Shout out to the IB Bar. They said thank you to you guys for joining us.
Thank you guys.
And
I love you
listen,
guys.
we gotta just say the staff here is amazing. It's super clean environment.
It's comfortable too.
Yes. And they're very welcoming, friendly, hospital. They have that very welcoming energy.
Yeah.
And again, if you call and you say that you saw the podcast, they'll work with you on the price. Get 50% of any IV that you want. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Get the Revive.
Nirvana vibes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sending you all good energy and some good vibes to the viewers.
Peace.
Yeah, it's good to be alive, and we all want to see you thrive. Hang on for the ride. This is Paul Vibes, bringing you a spiritual flow and information that can remedy the soul. A man for the people, message in a bottle, but he threw it in a podcast. Now it's full throttle. Life is never hollow, but if you ever feel twisted or need to be lifted, yo, my man is gifted. One day at a time, that's the way that we live. When expanding your mind, give it all you can give. If you're looking for some credible solutions for peace, the People's Podcast is live. Come and get you a piece. Peace. Good to be alive.